I guess it's a story as old as time. Man works hard, man gets tired, man gets sick of everything. He moves to the middle of nowhere, picks up animals, and becomes a hermit. Or did I? Alright, well, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering how and why I ended up living off the grid and how we ended up buying this property and being out of debt. Well, how about I show you rather than tell you? Jeff, how are you? No, I understand you're upset that the sellers won't budge, but I will not give up my commission because of it. But don't you think I'm worth the work you've hired me for? Then why shouldn't I get paid? Then perhaps we'll see if the seller will go lower by 1 interest point, and in the long term you see the reduction in price you're looking for. I'm sorry, Jeff, I can't do it. I'll send you the contract cancellation if that doesn't work, all right? All right, you know what? Jeff, I can't do this right now. I'll talk to you later. All right, you know what? You know what, Jeff? I'm done. I will not be a slave any longer. Goodbye. I didn't want to be bound by other people's desires, nor the financial institutions. I wanted to be free to do what I will with what I have. I wanted to be my own man. I think a free life is there for anyone who wants to grab it. I've been working since I was 13 years old. I used to push a lawnmower door to door to make some cash to buy anything that I would have wanted. And, well, when I was 18, I had a broken collarbone and I basically forced McDonald's to give me my first job. And I just kept on going to Sonic, to a gas station, to T-Mobile, into real estate. And, I'm tired. I'm tired of working for other people. I just want some freedom. We'd been very blessed to end up where we are and with the finances that we have to make this happen. But I believe freedom is for anybody with any amount of money. You can be free on land or in a vehicle. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! We didn't want to work just to cover bills. We wanted to work for ourselves. We wanted to grow our own food, be self-sufficient. We would have lived out of a camper with absolutely nothing just to make it happen. We had been a slave to the system before. It's interesting because we owned a couple houses before this one of which we had mortgages on, and during this whole process we had been looking for an off-grid setup for quite some time because, you know, I, like many people, am sick and tired of working for other people. You know, I want to work for myself, and I want to have a job that'll give me satisfaction and not just a higher number in my bank account. You know, our off-grid property search actually did not begin with a debt solution in mind, as a matter of fact. Originally, we were going to sell our house that we had in Gold Canyon, Arizona, and we were going to move to an off-grid property that we found in Prescott, which the seller ended up being backstabbing and illegal, and they actually backed out of the contract while we were under it. And, you know, I could have sued, and I decided that it wasn't worth it, it wasn't meant to be, and then from there, we decided that we were going to go ahead and look in a different area called Show Low. So we looked in Show Low, we found a great property, and we're like, wow, this is great. The only problem is it didn't have a well. It was a for sale by owner. We get it under contract, and I was very forgiving. So I go there and I look at it, and, you know, while we were under contract, the roof ended up caving in during the due diligence period because of faulty roofing. And so, you know, one of the sellers told me, hey, we're going to get it fixed. The other seller told me, no, we're already giving you a great deal. There's no way you're getting anything else. We're not fixing that. And I said, okay, well, then I'm not going to close it. And so we ended up backing out of that deal. Then we found 20 acres of raw land with a well and with a 5 kilowatt solar system that was already set up. And we said, well, we will start with nothing. We'll live in our fifth wheel, and I will build a house from scratch if I have to make the block out of adobe. And that was actually our plan. And then the buyers on our house in Gold Canyon ended up backing out on us. So it's been quite a journey to find the right property, and I imagine for just about anybody it's going to be an effort to get into the right property for you. But do I regret any of my efforts over the past 2 years to get into an off-grid living situation? Not in the slightest. You know, this property ended up working out incredibly easy for us, which tells us, you know, to some degree it was meant to be, although we've had many problems with this situation, which we'll probably address in a later video. If you watch my very first video, then you already know exactly what I'm talking about, but that's neither here nor there. We actually ended up buying a 10-acre property across from where we currently are. Nothing on it, no well or anything. I paid $10,000 for the land. Now, anybody could do this. There's a channel called Frugal Off Grid, and this man bought himself a couple-acre plot for a couple $1,000s, lived out of his van, and has continued to develop his property from absolutely nothing. So it doesn't matter what situation you're in, anybody can be debt-free and anybody can live off-grid, and all the money that you save is money that you have earned. So we were very fortunate to find this property and for the price that we did, and we were able to pay cash for it. And it was a gamble at the time because when we actually bought this property, it was 100% an issue. There was a title problem on it, and at first we thought somebody who had a claim to the title, they could come in and take this property from us. So the money that we put into this property was a gamble, and fortunately we ended up getting that whole thing rectified after we ended up purchasing it. But the idea is that anybody can and should be trying to live independently and a free life so that they themselves are not slaves to a financial institution, slaves to a corporation who are going to abuse their work ethic. Why not put your own work for yourself? And that has been our goal since we came to where we are now. And it is by far from the easiest thing that we've ever done. I have been very tired since moving to this property. I mean, we bought it and there was a ton of work, and there still is, and there's constantly stuff that needs to be done that we're focusing on. And you know, if you've been watching our channel for the past month that we've been making videos, you've seen, you know, just the bare minimum of the effort that it takes and issues that we've been facing since we've come into this property. But that's really the beauty of it, isn't it? That we get to work for ourselves and that we get to do work that is fulfilling. And your children get to grow up learning real values rather than growing up in the streets like I did. Like many of us did, for that matter. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content, and stay along for what my family thinks of this type of life.
I can tell you one thing. My family, well, my extended family thought we were going to be living like hillbillies. Well, I tell you one thing. We do live like hillbillies just a little bit, but we don't do all that much. We just do a little bit, you know what I'm saying? With that dang old food, we make it ourselves, and we, you know, dang old. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.